Beat. Picture a billionaire playboy catapulted across the solar system, a soldier fused with his dog, and a space-age religion that worships the great cosmic shrug. Beat. In Kurt Vonnegut's The Sirens of Titan, comedy and tragedy orbit each other like twin moons, spinning a tale that asks whether our lives are ruled by chance, design, or a bit of extraterrestrial paperwork. A cosmic joke in motion. Beat. We open in the gilded playground of Earth's richest man, Malachi Constant, whose name alone hints at ironic permanence. Constant's fortune feels as inexhaustible as his boredom, until he meets Winston Niles Rumford, a patrician adventurer who, after flying into a chronosynclastic infundibulum, is now simultaneously materialized across time and space. Beat. Rumford reappears on Earth only when the spiraling wave of his being intersects the planet, turning every visit into a media spectacle. Beat. During one such apparition, he prophesies that Constant will lose everything, enlist in the Martian army, and finally land on Titan, the largest moon of Saturn. Constant dismisses the forecast, yet each step of Rumford's itinerary begins to unfold with cruel, clockwork precision. Beat. The prophecy is propelled by Rumford himself, who uses his near omniscience like a cosmic puppeteer, orchestrating a war on Mars by implanting radio-controlled antennas in human brains. Constant is drafted, brainwashed, and paired with Boaz, a kindly musician. Their regiment eventually crash lands on Mercury, where they find subterranean harmoniums, gentle, kite-like creatures that thrive on vibrations. Stripped of memory, Constant is renamed Unk, reduced to a cog in someone else's design. Beat. Yet Vonnegut's wink to the reader is clear. Even the most meticulously plotted destiny can feel like slapstick. Constant's journey becomes a far-flung road trip through the solar system, paced by alarms, mistakes, and Rumford's smug commentary. The novel's first act asks, are we actors in a script we never saw, or accidental tourists in the universe's longest-running gag? Beat. Whether you lean toward fate or folly, the early chapters set the stage for a satire where emphasis, free, will seems anything but free. Free will versus predestination. On Mercury, Boaz chooses to stay behind to care for the musical harmoniums, demonstrating that compassion can bloom even in inhospitable caverns. Beat. Constant's implanted antenna fails, freeing him from Martian control, and he sets course for Earth using a captured spacecraft. During re-entry, he regains memory of Rumford's prophecy and discovers he is carrying a stowaway. Rumford's own abandoned family dog, Kazak, now fused at the subatomic level with its master. Beat. Back on Earth, Constant becomes a reluctant spectacle. Rumford, eager to cement his role as prophet, unveils the Church of God the utterly indifferent, a new religion for a species craving answers. Its central tenet: the universe is indifferent to human suffering, so one must behave decently without hoping for cosmic reward. Beat. Constant is cast as the Church's living proof that prophecy works, while Rumford's wife, Beatrice, is forced into the role of Constant's companion. Their eventual son, Chrono, is literally conceived as part of a timetable Rumford laid out years in advance. Beat. Vonnegut balances these grand machinations with intimate moments. Beatrice's quiet fury, Constant's bewildered tenderness, and young Chrono's attachment to a good luck talisman, a piece of metal that hums mysteriously. These scenes question whether autonomy survives when every milestone feels pre-charted. Beat. The tension crescendos when Rumford arranges a global pageant celebrating the return of his foretold heroes. Throughout, Vonnegut peppers the narrative with deadpan reminders that history books are written by winners who rarely understand the joke. Beat. By juxtaposing cosmic emphasis design with personal defiance, the novel invites listeners to weigh destiny against the stubborn, often irrational urge to choose our own paths. The Church of God, the utterly indifferent, beat. Vonnegut's satire sharpens as the church gains traction. Rumford claims that recognizing a purposeless universe will end war and greed. In practice, the church becomes yet another institution wielding power through spectacle and doctrine. Beat. Mass baptisms, elaborate uniforms, and mandatory pardon acknowledgement rituals turn fatalism into civic duty. Constant, renamed Space Wanderer by church decree, is paraded as a messianic proof of concept. Beat. Yet Constant's true revelation arrives not from prophecy, but from disillusionment. He understands that people will trade almost anything, wealth, dignity, truth, for a story that explains their pain. Beat. Beatrice, once repulsed by Constant, grows to share his skepticism. Chrono, ever the wild card, clings to his humming talisman, ignoring dogma. Their family, forged by manipulation, starts to act out of mutual care rather than rumour. Beat. This irony is classic Vonnegut. The institution that preaches cosmic indifference cannot tolerate individual authenticity. Rumford stages a grand materialization in front of his global congregation, intending to vanish on cue and ratify the church's dogma. Instead, Kazakh the dog bolts, collapsing the ceremony into slapstick chaos and exposing Rumford's veneer of control. Beat. When Constant, Beatrice, and Chrono are packed onto Rumford's craft for the final leg of the prophecy, to Titan, parishioners weep with fanatic devotion. Vonnegut poses an uncomfortable question. If knowledge of the universe's apathy can be sold like indulgences, is any belief safe from corruption? Beat. The church chapter showcases Vonnegut's talent for blending hilarity with despair, inviting readers to examine where authority derives its emphasis, power, and why humans keep searching for meaning, even after being told none exists. Human connection. Amid the infinite, Beat, Titan, reveals the novel's last, breathtaking twist. Waiting there is Salo, a polite mechanical envoy from Tralfamadore, marooned for millennia because one component of his ship broke. The very piece of metal Chrono has cherished as a good luck charm. Beat. Every event in human history influenced by Rumford's omniscience, every war, every suffering detour, ultimately served one trivial mission: to deliver this spare part to Salo so he could resume a delivery for his distant masters. Beat. The revelation dwarfs mortal concerns, but it also liberates them. Rumford himself dematerializes into waveforms, finally sidelined by the cosmic bureaucracy he thought he mastered. Constant, Beatrice, and Chrono stay on Titan by choice, no longer puppets in someone else's farcical pageant. Beat. Time stretches. They cultivate simple routines, farming algae, watching the amber skies, swapping stories. When Salo's repaired ship departs, he gifts them near immortality. But they realize that eternity without purpose can be as dull as wealth without curiosity. Beat. In the novel's quietest moments, Constant and Beatrice gaze at Saturn's rings and feel, for the first time, genuine peace. They are insignificant, yes, but also exquisitely aware. Their love for Chrono, even as he wanders off with Titanian life forms, anchors them to the present. Beat. Vonnegut's final note is neither nihilistic nor sentimental. It suggests that while the cosmos may use us for errands as vacuous as delivering a widget, our shared experiences, laughter, grief, stubborn hope, remain ours alone. Beat. against the backdrop of infinity. A handshake, a joke, a whispered promise can still carry emphasis, meaning.